Since we met yesterday, do you guys have anything you might want to share? Question, comment, observation, something you might want to ask me before I get into? I have a lesson for you today. I've got something amazing for you today. It's going to be fantastic. Sonia, what is that? Sonia, what is that? Is that a chicken? What is that? Ah, okay. You're gonna make a sandwich or something? Is that dinner? It's a bit late for dinner.
Yeah, running late for dinner tonight. Chicken and salad, thanks.
Good for you. Good for you. Victor Abraham. Okay, we need to know. Hey, Lorraine, what's up? Talk to me.
Hi, Coach.
Hi, Victor. Okay, Coach. I wanted to make sure that I understand what you mean by growing organically. Does that mean like that you're not using Facebook ads, or what do you mean by that?
Okay, growing organically means that you're not paying for ads. You're doing it from all other means other than paying for an ad. Okay. But you're still using Facebook to grow organically. It's just that you're not paying Facebook any money to get the growth.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Because at the moment, the idea that is being created is that your page is not going to grow unless you're using ads because of Facebook's algorithms and stuff like that.
Who told you that, Lorraine?
Other coaches.
I'm sure they're selling you something. I'm sure they're selling you
yes,
some kind of thing.
usually.
Yes? Oh yes, it depends. Just be mindful of the sources of information. You can definitely grow. Okay, when you get to the 50K and or 100K, then you begin to scale. You know, a lot of people lose a lot of money because they go into paying for ads, but they don't have a proof of concept. So if you don't have a proof of concept, you're pouring money into Facebook, but you're not getting the clients that you need to be able to pay for it. Until you get to a stage where organically you're making $50,000, then you're like, okay, this absolutely works. If it has worked free of charge to get me 50,000, now if I put some money into it, it should quadruple. So that is the concept. Don't rush into it if you don't have a proof of concept. Does that help?
That helps. Thank you.
Good job. Okay. Who else has a question, comment, anything you might want to share? Victor. Victor, I need to see what you look like, who you are. Okay. Sterling, what's up?
So just as a follow-up to Lorraine's question.
Yes.
So the friends that we have on Facebook,
yes.
Are you saying that those are the people that will help us to grow our business? And if so, maybe if you could just shed light, is it by them sharing the work that we're doing? Is it the same thing with LinkedIn and or social media? Is it that the people that are our friends are the ones that are going to help us grow these the business?
No, Stalin, the answer is no. It's not your friends and family that are going to help you. I mean, how many of your friends and family have bought from you, Stalin? How many of them have come to you and say, hey, Uncle Stalin, we want to join your course? I think there's going to be very few, okay? As a matter of fact, exactly. So it's not your family. As a matter of fact, if you ask me, what we teach you in the program is you got to get rid of all those guys. You got to create a new list of friends. You got to go and find your niche and then use the organic methods to rebuild a new list of your target market. And then those are the guys that you're going to be using to grow your business. Your friends and family ain't going to buy from you. As a matter of fact, you know, if any of you have watched me for a long time, there are certain posts that you will see in my public profile, and there's some that you never see. But I could tell you that I post 6 times a day. Now, what are the chances that you see that? The only way you see that is if you're my avatar and or you're part of my niche. Therefore, I have put you in a different list and I am nurturing you from there. Remember, get attention. Remember the 5 steps? Get attention, get a lead, get them on the call, make offer, get them on the call, serve with excellence. Now I get the attention, I nurture those people with value, and that is a different list. It's not part of my normal list. So it is not your friends and family. As a matter of fact, your friends and family ain't going to get you nothing. I don't know if I post much for my friends and family. As a matter of fact, if I knew when I was starting Facebook, I would not have friended all those people's old school friends and people like that. They're never going to buy. They just give you this, false sense of you have friends. No, what you got to do is to go and organically build a new list of 1,000 people who are your avatar. And then you know that you have 1,000 people who are possible clients. Then you go after them vehemently because you know they're possible clients. You know they fit your avatar script. Therefore, you serve them, you give them value, you do what you have to do. And then eventually they're going to buy. Does that make sense?
Thanks, Coach. Yeah.
All right. Anybody else with any other question? Tumelo. I'm still waiting, my man. I'm a very patient man. Be sure I will be here when you come along. Who is
Hello,
Amba
Phil.
Padici?
Hello, Coach Phil.
Okay. All right, guys. Are you ready for us to do some learning today? All right. Okay, guys. For purposes of time today, I'm going to rush a little bit. As usual, I want to give you guys some stuff that you can use to understand what you have to do going on. Chigundu Peter, welcome.
Coach,
Yes. Somebody put up a hand.
I
Yes,
have my
Nuru,
hand
what's up?
up. Yeah. I have a question. I don't know if it's going to be a bit long. So, I've not yet started my coaching program, but I have some parents who ask me to coach their daughters.
Yes.
So there is this particular parent who asked me to talk to her daughter.
Yes.
So, okay, I told her I charge about 500 for coaching, and I do this for a long time because I want to first create a relationship with the girl and then get into coaching.
Mhm.
And then she was like, okay, yeah, I will do that when I get the money. But for now, I want you to maybe talk to her for like 1 hour.
Mhm.
And then she was saying she's rushed. She has a trip to South Sudan and she wanted me to do it quickly. So anyway, I first accepted, but then I changed my mind because I thought, okay, that is really talking to that girl for an hour. It's not going to make sense at all. So I later wrote to her and said, it's not going to be possible, but we can arrange when she has time. So I realized I made a mistake to first accept the 1 hour for the 100,000. But yeah, that's my situation. What do you have to say about it?
Well, your gut was right. I wonder why you feel that you made a mistake. Why do you feel that?
No, why I feel I made a mistake. I feel I made a mistake to first say, okay, I'll do the 1 hour with the daughter, and then I changed my mind because I felt, okay, it's not going to make sense for me to sit down with the girl for 1 hour. It's not going to create any impact. Yeah.
Well, you did the right thing
So
because you're right. Go on. Ask.
You said
No.
I did the right thing, maybe proceed.
No, what I'm saying is you did the right thing because you're never going to get any breakthroughs and or any result by speaking to somebody for 1 hour. But maybe a deeper question that I would ask you is, do you have a process in place for how you engage with your clients? Have you worked that out in such a way that when somebody comes to you, the first thing you do is to make sure that certain things have got to be in place? For example, with me, I'm not going to talk to anybody who is not willing to be in business for themselves. That's the first question. Number two, I talk to somebody who I know is going to be able to engage with me long term. If they're not willing to do long term, then we can't do business. Now, that is criteria that I find out from what we call the discovery call. When I speak to you on the discovery call, I'm asking these questions before I can ever say yes. There's so many people who call me and say, oh, coach, can you do this for me? I say, let's jump on a call first. Why? Because I got to take you through the process, my survey, which tells me if you tick off all my boxes in terms of the kind of person I want to work with, then at the end of it, I'll either say yes or no. So I think you might want to take a step back and say, okay, before I ever say yes or no, I got to take somebody through these questions, the answers to them will then determine if I'm going to work with this person or not. But for this particular situation, yes, you did say, you did do the right thing, because down deep inside, you know, you're never going to be able to to help somebody in 1 hour.
Okay, coach, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, guys, time for a lesson. Peter, I need to see your face, man. I haven't seen you in a long time. Okay, guys, obviously, you know, we got to win some stuff today. That is the most important part. That is the interesting part. Hassan, I need you to put up a slide of what people are going to be winning today. I just want that picture when I finish my lesson for today. So, is there anybody else with any other question before we move into today's lesson? Anything else? Anybody else with a question about coaching, consulting, growing your business, public speaking? That's my forte. Anybody? Okay, nobody. Okay, please allow me to share my screen. Okay, this is coming out of something called symptom hunting, which I do consistently to find out what is going on with my people. And because of that, because of asking questions and going into my niche and finding out what's going on, I am usually understanding my people a little bit more. And this is a question that has been coming up quite often. And the question is when to change your niche, or coach, should I change my niche? Or, you know, where you're not sure which side to go. All right. So I thought I might as well shoot a video for you guys so that we can be on the same page. Now, Victor Abraham, how you doing? Good to see you. Okay, now there's one thing, and those of you who have been with me for a long time, you'll understand that I do not do short-term stuff. I don't believe in short-term businesses. I don't believe in people doing, you know, half-hearted stuff. I am always asking you to build something long-term. I'm always saying to you, think about what you could build long-term so that you can leave a legacy, so that when you're gone, there's something left over for people to say that you passed here. So when should you change your niche? I hear you asking. Okay, now, number one, the question might not be when do you change your niche. When people are asking that question, there's something much deeper than that. And that question might be, why might your niche not be profitable? Now, are there some niches that are not profitable? Absolutely. Okay, there are some niches where it doesn't matter if you go in, you're never going to make money. All right, and those niches you have to avoid. I am going to shoot a video on another video that Hassan will put up on YouTube, specifically helping you out in the terms of niches you should look out for in 2022. But first things first, you must make a decision in your mind that whatever you're going to pick is something that is profitable. There are some people who come to me and say, oh, coach, you know, I just have the love for speaking, or I just love the love. I have a passion for leadership in women, or whatever it is. And I always say, as long as you're going to be able to make money, you can talk. You cannot sustain the message if you're broke. So when somebody tells me, oh, I don't care about the money, the first thing I tell them is, you must be broke. Because if you tell me you don't care about the money, then I can tell that your relationship with money is not great. Therefore, you're not going to have a lot of it. So first things first, before you, when people say, should I change my niche? The first thing I'm looking at is the niche profitable or not? And the reason it might not be profitable is, number one, there's a lot of noise. Now, you guys who want to be coaches, consultants, you know, there's a lot of noise. You know, if you go into your page, your emails, there's a lot of noise of, 10 steps to this and 52 steps to do that. You know, the madness of the world is like when something catches, everybody is now an expert, even 18-year-old experts, the madness of the world is when somebody sees that somebody is making some money, then they begin to pretend to be something that they're not. Therefore, they feel that, okay, if Lorraine could do it, I can also do it, not knowing that Lorraine's foundations are totally different. Okay. The next thing is asking the wrong questions of the wrong people. Do not go asking your family and friends whether you're in the right niche. They don't know. Do not go asking, your mentors and people like that whether you're in the right niche or not. They don't know. The right answer for where you're going to know whether a niche is profitable or not is only one place. And that place, who knows that place, by the way? Where will you find out from if your niche is profitable or not? Who knows? That answer is crucial, by the way.
Itself. From the market.
You got it. You got to ask the market. Do not guess. People, and I did the same mistake. I'd been working at LSG, Sky Chefs, London Heathrow, and when I'm done, I thought, you know what? I really know this leadership thing. Therefore, I'm going to become. My niche was leadership. Boy, was I wrong. Did I fail big time? There's no niche called leadership. It doesn't exist. My title at the time was what I thought my niche was. Okay, so my take for you today is: do not ask the people who haven't been there, who don't know. The only way you can find out if your niche is profitable before you change it is you got to go to the market. Next, you have to stop copying and pasting. Yesterday, I had one of my clients tell me that, you know what, coach, I've gone to your page. I'm just doing exactly what you've done. I said, no, stop it. If you're doing exactly what I've done, then there's no personality. Then there's no, you got to be yourself. You got to show up authentically, because I bet you guys, and I'm going to change my whole entire outlook at the moment, because it looks like a copy and paste. But if it is a copy and paste, people's bullshit sensors are so high right now that they can just see your page and say, this one looks like this one looks. No, bring your own personality. Stop copying and pasting, because when you bring your own personality, you'll attract the right people to you. And then not understanding that everything is a system, guys. If you put in, you process, you're going to take out. I showed you a picture the other day. The input, number 1, focus. Number 2, marketing. Number 3, the process of sales. Number 4, deliver. It is a process. You cannot all of a sudden decide that I don't like this niche, or this niche is not going to work for me, if you haven't put in the work, if you haven't processed the market and put offers out there and gotten some output in terms of, did I get money or clients, or did I not get money or clients? That's very, very important. And we have to completely take emotion out of it. Oh, you know what? I love young mothers. They're broke. You probably want to talk to their mothers or something. Okay, don't look at a niche because of the love of what no, look at niche from the point of view, is there a real challenge here? Is there a problem? Can they actually pay? And if they can pay, where do I find them? How do I get their attention? Get a lead, make an offer, get them on the call, serve them with excellence. So with that in mind, the only way to figure this out is I'm going to share with you what the people who are really killing it in this industry do. By the way, the people who are really making it happen, they're not on social media, they're not talking, they're not doing, they focus on it. What I would say to you, and I would challenge you, that between today, 17th of December and 17th of January, or end of January, close the doors, switch up your phone, tell your friends you're unavailable, and go and do this. Okay, because if you focus for the next 30, 60 days, period, you don't do nothing else, you will get the answer if your niche is profitable or not. And the answer is not emotional. The only things you require right now is you have a phone, you have a computer with an internet connection, you have a Calendly where you can book calls, and a Stripe account where you can make money, where people can pay, period. If you don't have any of these, hey, we better talk. So we get you in the course so we can sort this out for you, because the team can sort all this out for you. But you must have this in place. And this is all you require. You have a phone, you have a computer with internet, you have a Calendly, and you have a Stripe account. Close the doors, put the phone away, take the SIM card out, and do the following things for the next 30 days. Okay? Before you jump around, the challenge is, people jump from one niche to another, from one niche to another, from one niche to another. They do something for 2 weeks, and then they're like, oh my God, I think this niche is not happening. Then they jump into another one. Oh my God, I think this is not happening. And what happens is, because of the niche jumping, they therefore do not make any progress. First of all, they have not tested the market if it works or not. Before you've spoken to 40 people, 40 strategy calls, you cannot say that your niche doesn't work. You can't. You got to make 40 calls, 40, 1, 2, 3, up to 40, with a strategic script, which we share with you in the World-Class Consultants with Audacity, which helps you to gauge, which helps you to find out, which helps you to close people on the phone. And if you talk to 40 people and you fail to close even one, then you can think about jumping niche. Now, the challenge with all of you, me included, because I was there, was the ability to put in the work. And this is where, and especially Lorraine, nothing about you, but look, if I asked you that in the last 30 days, have you actually worked as hard as you could? What would you say if you're honest? Have you put in the work that you can? And this is a challenge. People say they want to, but they're not willing to put in the press. You see the guys on internet who tell you, oh, it's not hard. You can do these. I didn't have to. Those guys killed themselves when they were starting. They slept in their offices when they were trying to figure this stuff out. But they tell you it's not hard because they want to sell you something. No, it's not supposed to be hard, but you got to put in the work. And that work means total immersion. You completely immerse yourself in that particular niche completely. You then go and create what we call omnipresence. You're everywhere all the time, every time. Okay. What I do with my clients is I share with them the entire strategy for the entire day, what my day is supposed to look like, what my team's day is supposed to look like, from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, everything as it's supposed to go. Now, with total immersion and omnipresence everywhere, then you have to go and start asking your niche questions, because you cannot decide if it works or not if you haven't asked them questions. And then you got to give them so much value. And most importantly, get feedback. Now, if you have done all this, yes, it will not only give you presence and establish authority, it will show you the greatest power of all of them, which is reciprocation. People will give you back when you have served them. Then it gives you that pillar of wisdom, because then you will know, okay, I've done everything, I have served, I've immersed. This niche is not working. Why? I'm just not connecting with it. You can't have that pillar of wisdom unless you've put in the work. And then you have to earn the trust, answer burning questions, and provide solutions to these people. You can't do that because it's going to take you 30 days for you to kind of get a real feel. I know my clients like nobody else. I understand my business like nobody else because of how much time I spend. You guys are very quiet. I hope it's making sense. So this is an example of practical stuff. And this is where we separate ways. Okay, guys, don't BS yourself that it's going to happen just like that. I said to the guys, I have another group. I say to them, I don't want this nonsense of you're taking 10 days off for Christmas. If you've made your $1 million, then you take 10 days off. And guess what? The moment you tell your family, guys, I got to work on the 24th and the 26th, they're going to say, come on, you think work is not going to be there when you're done? Just tell them, shut up, leave me, I have got a mission. Because for you to be able to not just make 10K months, but for you to get niche proof, this is what you got to do. Now, question, how many of you have done half of this? Number one, 15 articles on your subject, whatever niche you saw, whether it is leadership, nutrition, child, whatever, 15 articles on the subject, 15 blog articles, okay, in 30 days. Number two, 24 Facebook Lives, where you're teaching, where you're sharing stuff, because as you share and get feedback, it's going to tell you what your niche is all about. And then you have to repeat and copy and paste those 24 Facebook Lives on Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. 24 in 30 days means that apart from the Sundays, you have been at what we call top of mind for your niche. There's so many people out there who are giving people so much stuff that the moment you miss a day and you're not there, somebody's going to slide in. Somebody who is more hungry, somebody who's working harder, somebody who believes more in their stuff. 60 Facebook posts, okay? 60 Facebook posts means only 2 posts a day. You post in the morning at 6, you post again at midday, and then you repeat. 200 organic messages. That means that you're talking organically to people. Lorraine, you're asking about how to grow it. This is it. Okay? 18 YouTube videos. These ones come out of your YouTube, of your Facebook as well. Okay, and again, we teach you how to do this much quicker. We give you a format of how to do it in the course. 15 to 20 new connections every day, Lorraine. That's how you build organically. But if you do it the wrong way, then Facebook comes after you because it says it might think the algorithm might read it as spam. So we teach you the right way to do it, where every day you're adding 15 to 20 people. So you think about it, 20 people times 30. How many people is that? 20 people, 30 days. Every day you're adding. And they're not your friends. They're not people you like. They're not people who look good. They're not people who are massaging their cat and whatever. No, they are your niche. 20 of them. You just imagine what happens at the end of 30 days. You've been talking to all these guys. Okay, you've been giving them value, you've shown them expertise, you've shown them that you understand them, you understand their problem, you're answering their questions. That is how you build a 10K per month business. Okay, 40 strategy calls. You must have 40 strategy calls before you come to me to say, oh, this niche doesn't work. No, come on. And then, of course, you must have total insanity on feedback and review. And thereafter, you can talk about niche changing. The challenge for me to you is, have you put in the work? Only jump after you have done the work diligently and honestly. The interesting thing is this: refinement only comes from the market, not your head and or emotions. Okay? You got to, what I say is take emotion out of it and just go to the market and do your job and ask them. Now, if somebody tells you, oh, coach, you guys know, yesterday I told you about work-life balance. You know what I feel about that? I also have children. Okay? I've got 6 of them, as a matter of fact. Okay? So you can't tell me family is a problem. As usual, you know what I say, okay? Let's get to work building real long-term businesses for long-term success, because you deserve it. All right, okay. Do you have any questions, comments, observations? Anything that you might want to share? Now is the time.
Yeah, I've got a
I want to
question.
say, sorry, Sterling, it's again me and
No,
you.
go ahead,
This time
go
you
ahead,
can go
Lorraine.
first.
No, I'm
Okay,
cool.
let's
I'm
talk.
cool.
Lorraine, let's go first.
Go for it.
Okay, I want to say thank you. I think giving me numbers helped me. So now I know what my target is. So thank you for that slide.
Good. I'm glad. You're welcome. Yamisi Bright, how you doing? You look super duper in that chair of yours. Good to see you. Okay, who else has a question? Stalin?
Yeah, my question, coach, is where does passion come in? Because if, say, my passion is coaching high school kids, for example.
Yes.
And I know that high school kids will never be able to pay for my services, but
yes.
That's my passion. That's what I love to do.
Yes.
How would you say I approach that? Because that could be my passion,
Yes.
Mm.
Okay.
Your thoughts?
Yes, Stalin. Who has the money for those high school kids?
The parents.
So where is your marketing directed?
I would imagine to the parents, eh?
That's right. So you go after the parents. You have a marketing strategy for the parents. You show them what you can do for those kids. You show them what, you create a program which is going to drive the parents to want to see what you can do for the children. That is going to force them to give you their children for you to do what you have to do. Then you go after the places where these children are. You put up things that would interest them. There's a guy actually that I know who's doing an amazing job with the teenagers, boys. He's caring about the teenage boy, I think he calls it. But he targets parents who have got boys, because he knows that with all this girl power thing, sorry, Nolu, the boy child is being left behind. So he has gone and targeted parents with boys. And his passion is boys, but he doesn't advertise to the boys. His passion is boys, but he advertises to parents with boys by giving them articles, by showing them exactly what I've done for you, what I've just showed you, by shooting videos about the boy child and doing all that stuff and putting articles out, and what would happen if people are not doing what they have to do for this youth, and what happens if you do this for the youth, and how the world would look better if you're doing this for the youth, and what your program does for the youth, and stuff like that. The moment you do that, the people who are important will see, and then they can give you your whatever. And then you get to a stage where you're making enough money that it doesn't matter. You can put up an event and you invite the parents to bring their children. Everything depends on how great a job you do. And if you're passionate, it's going to come out. You don't have to force it. If you find somebody who's passionate about something, they don't force it. It just comes out. So whatever you do, when I'm talking about business, I'm always saying you cannot sustain the message if you're broke. Find where the money is. When I know there's another person in this group, I won't mention her name, but I know that her desire is to help teenage girls. But where do the teenage girls get the money? From the parents. So she's going to create a lot of pain for the parent who has a little girl. Then they'll call and say, you need to come talk to my girls.
Okay, so coach, I mean, that's quite a revelation. So I'm just thinking, if my passion is, say, reaching to senior executives or people in middle management,
Yes.
I would imagine that I should target people on LinkedIn as opposed to, say, Facebook, because I'm thinking not too many executives would be spending time on Facebook. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
One of the
Okay,
things
so-
that we spend a lot of time teaching you is that you got to go where your niche hangs out. You know, if you're looking to be talking to leaders, if you go to Instagram, you ain't going to get any. So even if I shared with you my Instagram strategy, it's not going to help. So you find out where they are, and then you use the appropriate strategy in that particular place. So yes, for you, if it is a leadership thing, it is going to be mainly LinkedIn, but 60% of them are on Facebook as well. They might not be active, but they're there. Facebook is still the king, either way.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Any other question?
Can I maybe comment?
Yes.
If I think two things with leaders, they don't advertise that they are CEOs on Facebook. Whereas on LinkedIn, they put their title on, so it's easier to find.
Absolutely.
And then with the teenage boys, one should also look at is like schools, because
Yes.
the teenage boys with a problem is giving a problem at the school. So that can also be your target, might be the schools where the boys are.
True. Find where they are, go find them, do what you got to do. Okay. Any other question, comment, observation? Anything you might want to ask?
Yes,
Victor.
coach.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. It's evening here in Nigeria, so good evening, everybody. All right, coach. What I wanted to ask is, what if you have two very important passions, right?
Yes.
Like for me, I'm passionate about recruitment. I have
Yes.
experience in recruitment,
Yes.
but I did my master's in manpower training and development, and I'm very passionate about personal transformation, right?
Okay.
Which is linked to training and development. So how do
Yes.
I balance it so I am not confusing to my audience?
Which one did you do first?
Recruitment.
Which one would you do in your sleep, even if you were not paid? You just do it.
Training and development.
Which one has more money?
Both has money, but I would think recruitment do more.
Which one would you enjoy the most?
Training and development.
Where is the gap in the market?
I think there is gap in L&D. Yeah.
Okay, could you combine L&D and recruitment?
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I could.
Do you still want me to ask any more questions?
Yeah, you're really helping. Yes.
I'm not asking you anymore. You got it. You got it. You got it. I know you got it. I'm not asking you no more, but you got it. Look, you could combine both of those because you have a passion. You could, because the gap in the market could be that there are certain people who are looking for jobs but are not well developed, for example. So you could have a situation where, look at the light bulb moment. Send me my check when you're done, young man.
Thank you, coach. Whoa, thank you.
There you go. Okay, guys, anything else? Sonia, is that chicken salad done now?
Done and eaten. Thank you very much. And awesome info. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. Any other question before we go? That's about it. So everybody has got a number. And this is the time where, Hassan, you're going to have to first put up what we're winning today. I have it here. By the way, it is 12 days of winning. Like you said, everybody only wins if they're here. Today, it's about email marketing. All right. It's about email marketing consulting. Why? Guys, there's nothing that beats email. Okay, I think I alluded to it yesterday. Facebook could go down, TikTok could go down, anything could go down, but you still have email. It is an asset. It is the most valuable asset. Every day you must be asking yourself a question: how many did I get onto my email today? Now, with that question, it gives you the ability to build more. So you will be winning an entire consulting session for you to put in place an email marketing campaign, which helps you to not just grab emails, but also sell your product on email. So with that said, I would like to request Hassan to bring up the magic wheel so that we see that people can win some stuff today. So let's go, Balix. There you go. Is it 8 or 9? Beautiful. Okay, good luck, everybody. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Rah, drum roll, let's go. Boom! Number 2. Who's that? Who is number 2 today? Is it? Finally. You see the power of showing up. You see the power of showing up. You've shown up every day. So congratulations to you. I am going to have to modify your price, okay? Because this is part of what you're already getting. So we'll find a way to make sure that we can compensate you accordingly, all right? Good job. Congratulations. And well done. I appreciate it. And the power of showing up, you can't beat that. Okay, Hassan, you better go. So do you guys have any questions before we finish off here? Any questions, comments, observations? Okay, super stuff. Thank you, guys. Have a great, what's today? Today is Friday? Damn, I even forget what day it is. Guys, have a great day. Have a great weekend. We're back here tomorrow, same time, same place. Whatever you do, remember that you have the audacity to live life on your terms. Until then,